Hello and welcome to MuscleModelCars.com. This is AJ um, coming with you with the finished look of the 1963 Galaxie 500. Um, I wanted to kind of give you an idea where what we did at this point. We kind of finished up the look of it, put the skirts on, um, put mirrors on it right here on both sides, passenger, and then on the driver's side. Two pieces to glue together before you install it into the body itself. A kind of a pre drilled hole almost, not all the way through. So you're gonna have to drill it out. But the mirror comes in two pieces. You're gonna have to let those dry before you and harden before you try to put it into the hole, or else it's going to be kind of difficult. The skirts, we decided to go with that. Put that on. With that, I had to do the skirts on both sides first and slip the body on while it was still drying, so to make sure that the hubcaps has spikes on them, pretty much three spiked hub that protrudes outward, so it was keeping the skirt from seating properly onto the body. So we got it as close as we could, but all intentional purposes, we're done. These here are just little props that I used to get the look of it being at a show or something like that. There's a little teddy bear and all of this other stuff that pretty much just came with the kit. So I kind of just installed it, painted it, and kind of made it look like it just won a trophy or something. It's got the 427 in here with the three-barrel carburetor on it. I don't want to mess with it too much. Yep, that's why I don't want to mess with it. So I'll get that later. But if you look at it, you can see. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna pick it up. Let's see. This is the look of that carburetor. It's a 427 engine. Very cool. Not much underneath, like I said, to put together, but you can separate all the components by paint, by color, to the, like for the leaf springs and for the rails on the underneath the body itself, the frame, and then of course the crossbars, the engine mount, the suspension, all of that. Now this is on an axles front and rear, so it will roll, okay, when you're done. And then your transmission, of course. I mean, differential here, and then your transmission up here. And then we just the muffler tailpipe, and then your headers up here, coming into your tailpipes here, and then it going through the back through the muffling system here. You had three customization types, as you can see. The right here, the skirts are in there mounted nicely, and as you can see how tight the hubcaps are up against the almost against the skirt. So you got to get it in there and let it dry in place with the body onto the chassis. so the skirt will dry properly, so it'll look pretty nice when it's done. Okay, so it takes a little patience, but you can do it. Okay, so and then after that, you can see some of the details I did here with the coloring here for the badging and everything up here. You do have decals for this, so I may end up putting them on there for a cleaner look. I just wanted to see if I could do it by hand and see how neat I could be with the magnifying glass and by hand. And this is the interior. Yeah, you can't really see it probably, but just kind of see what it looks like from the outside. Okay, so that's where we are with that. And then let's see, I'm going to try to let's see, put this on here, and these are the decals that you get with it. Okay, and you can use some of those decals will be used for whatever it is you choose to do. But for the most part, like this right here, where my fingers are right here, is the Galaxie 500 XL and symbols and badging and this stuff here, the flags and everything that you would put on there. And then license plates, of course. And then my pops didn't have any of this on his car, so I left this off. Okay. Other than that, this is pretty much self-explanatory. It's all finished. I think we did pretty good on it. It could have been a lot worse, you know, but you got 3 in 1, so however you choose to do it, you do it. Me personally, I feel like this was good enough for me, and if somebody wants to do another version of it, then that's okay too. But I just wanted to keep it close to my pop's car. I don't have any other problems with it other than there was a lot of chrome, which was no problem, just a lot of taping to make sure you didn't mess the body up. The color of the body, you know, that almond white. And so I had to do a lot of taping there. Didn't have any other particular problems other than with the skirts fitting against the rear axle, and making sure you got to make sure that rear axle is tight as you can get it, so the skirts will fit properly on the body, and you can still insert it into the chassis. So that's about the most difficult I had out of this. Like I said, this was about a 2.5 build, and I don't know what other issues I might have had with the mirrors. You had to drill, it's a pre-drilled hole on both sides, the passenger and the driver, but it's not drilled all the way through, so you got to poke it all the way through. It's a 2-piece mirror, so you got to let that dry first, 2 pieces of the mirror, let it dry hard before you try to insert it through the hole that you finish pushing the hole through and gluing it. So we had to do that. The bumper came off a couple times because I was trying to adjust it. The front and the rear came out because I was trying to adjust that skirt down here to fit properly onto the body while it was still drying to the body up here. That was that. Other than that, I didn't see any difficulties. I don't see any difficulties in doing this. So this will be a nice build. You'll like it. It's 3 in 1. So you should be able to do it the way you want to do it, with or without the stickers. And if you do decide, you got tons of spare parts to build it. These would have to be painted. A lot of chrome left for your custom and advanced custom build to fit onto these parts that you make it custom to. And then I do believe, and here's some of the lighting that you'll have to put into that custom build. Not much, but a little bit. And of course, like I told you, you had the different spare trophy type of parts that you put together and paint, like the teddy bear and the car show winner, like there. I kind of did for you. And then you even have a jack on one of them right here, a prop. As you can see, it's a jack. Like you could take one wheel off and have it have that jack up underneath it to make it look as though you're working on one tire. So, and then of course you got, depending upon your build, you have an extra oil pan and extra rings for your rims. Or I do believe this would have been for the tail lights. I'm sorry. Then you got a license plate holder right there, but we kept depending upon the bumper, the front and rear bumper you use is going to decide if you use some of these parts. Okay, I chose the way it would have came out of the factory with this front grill that's been black washed. You can see the black in there, so it doesn't look so toyish in there in the crevices. And then for the I want to say the rear, same thing, black washed. You got to be careful with this stuff. It spills over. It spilled on my instructions, some of it, and all the instructions kind of went black. So that's where we're at with that. So be careful with that. You're going to have a lot of details. So you got a lot of different types of markers you can use here, different colors. Right there. You got blue, you got yellow, you got silver, you got white, you got a red in there and another darker gunmetal look color. And then you got a lot of paint markers that I use, which is these guys here. Different colors you can get. And then you got more to get even finer detail on the interiors. You got ink pens that look like they wouldn't do much for the plastic, but you actually can get a lot of fine detail on the door trims and everything on the interior with these small different pens that you can get. I guess that would be about it. Next, we're going to do the 66 Rambler. AMC Rambler, American Motors Company Rambler. Classic. And that'll be our next build. I'm going to do my taping, and then I'm going to try to get it painted by next week to show to you guys. Okay? All right. So with that, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you for checking us out on the finale of this particular build. Stay tuned for the next episode, and we will go with the 66 Rambler on the next one, but this is the finished look of the 63 Galaxie, Ford Galaxie 500 XL. Okay? This is a 3-in-1 build. So you got 3 options to build it. I built it like I remembered it in the mid-60s and when my father had it. Okay? All right. Thank you. Please hit the subscribe button. Tell us your thoughts. Okay? All right. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.